Hey guys, how you doing? What's up? I'm Yalek, and today is Thursday, and I hope you know what that means, which is War Factory. I have had a look at some of the War Factory previews from people who are lucky enough to be able to have their accounts fixed into very, very early time zones, somewhere out in the middle of the South Pacific. And it's an interesting one, and I have also had the benefit of trying it already with one of my lower accounts. Actually, all three of my accounts now have War Factory. As of last weekend, my baby account has War Factory available, and let me tell you, I am not touching it because on that account, there's just not a prayer in the world. There's not even any free GBE on this one. Alright, that's going. We're going to do this, go with the G-Men to start. This is not a strategy I ever use on a War Factory, so I'm considering. Now, so with my baby account, I wasn't even coming near this. There's just like a couple of towers or, boxes you could kill over here to get free GBE. And other than that, everything is just heavily defended by lasers. My lowest level account does not have Grens. My mid-level account has Grens, but they are level 1. And I've seen people approach this various ways. This is not something I have ever tried before, but I'm thinking I want to do this. Maybe one more boat or medic, just to be on the safe side with the extra medic healing. This over here is not going to be a factor. We'd have to be approaching from the right. Those lasers are really not going to do a thing to us. Eventually back here, we might have to worry about boom cannons. And over here there is a grappler to the left. But we'll be able to BART that out. Let's see, 78,000. We'll be able to BART that out on the way with all the extra GBE we gather up on the right hand side. I want to do it. When I tried this morning with my mid-level account, the approach was more standard. I went AZ to the left, started by clearing out this pocket, and then cleared this pocket, BARTed these guys out along the way, and finally used troops to clear up in here. Ended up having the problem of this row of machine guns. Had no plan to deal with them, had no GBE to deal with them. Had the shield down. Could have used one more attack. Do we need the extra botomedics? Huh. So I'm thinking of the trade-offs here. The trade-off is, if I go with the extra boat of medics, I can be pretty sure my Grens will survive, but I'll also lose a bunch of damage. Or I can take the chance that my Grens will survive anyway and have the extra damage. Why don't we try it this way and see how it goes? It's not... and we'll get that later. It's not the hardest War Factory in the world. However, if I end up dying, this is going to be an expensive way to find out. And that is unfortunate because my map is clear, but I have not a ton of gold, as you can see. I haven't had gold in my daily reward or in an op reward in about a week. Some people are suggesting that there might be a bug involved there. I don't know anything about that. I know I haven't seen all of my op rewards because I have done hops on a couple of days, task force to task force, visiting, some friends and stuff. Helping out where I can, trying not to mess up anybody else's op. How are we doing with those lasers? Healed up pretty quickly from that. The multiple lasers might be a problem. Grappler's almost down, so then once that goes, we can start shocking over here. Bullet, of course, isn't being touched. The medics are actually taking a bunch of that laser fire right now. And that's not doing a thing to the medics, because then they're just having a little heal party. So, wow, yeah, that's really not doing a whole lot. to these Grens. These, of course, are max level Grens. With my level 1 Grens, I wasn't even going to try this. And also low level medics, too. Not likely. So, wow, yeah, we have some time to consider then. Why don't we start working up here on the boom cannons, because they're going to be our next significant problem. Glad I went with the extra boat of Grens here. Extra damage, this will allow us to get deeper into this base. Never fails. Never fails. Also, that's what she said. So Bullet does need to take a drink right there. But the Grens still seem to be fine. Haven't lost one yet, nor a medic either. Bullet, another drink. He's really eating it up on these snipers back here, so let's go ahead. Another drink. Did get one boom cannon down near the HQ. The cannons down south of the HQ are not too much of a concern. Really? Whatever it is, I'm sure it can wait. Just positive it can wait. Bullet, yet another drink. Bullet and snipers do not mix. They shoot very quickly. So, I'm assuming that's the problem right now. We have lost a Gren. Status update. I'd throw critters, but with the lasers around, they're not really going to do a whole lot, so I guess we'll just keep on going for the drinks. It is eating up a lot of GBE at this point, but on the other hand, this is attack number 1, and we're just shredding this base. Oh, that grappler is not quite down, so much for Bullet. Was not aware of that. Guess I lied earlier. I said grappler was down. Grappler is not down. Grappler should be down now. There it is. So what we're going to do here, having lost Bullet, is we're just going to try to clear out everything in this area south of the core and stay away. How are we doing there? There you go, medics. And just stay away from the blasters to the left. The cannon shouldn't be too big a concern. One shock over there. And we'll get the overthrow damage on a lot of these towers, so that's great. We'll what are we at for time? 23 seconds left. And so many troops out there. Yeah, definitely the way to go here. If you have high level Grens, go with them. We're going to get some of the overthrow damage, hopefully, onto that boom cannon. And the ones up in the corner up there, we shouldn't have to worry about, because we'll get overthrow damage on those guys as well. Let's go like this. Hopefully get that thing out. And we're out of time. By the way, had an attack this morning while I was clearing my map. 4 Grens, 1 medic. I did say I was looking for not too expensive, right? That's not too expensive. We'll take that. Gonna go for the shields next. So load back up 90,000. That's not bad. I can get that back by, destroying a base. Did an attack this morning where, with Grens, ran out of time on the HQ. Had it, like under 10%, but ran out of time. But I did have enough GBE left for 1 artillery, so I chucked it. Kind of a Hail Mary sort of thing. But I threw it just before time expired. And it was in the air as the clock got to 0, and the attack just ended. Now, I'm sorry, if you get the shot off before time expires, it should register. Like, if the Gren has a grenade in his hand and time expires, okay, he doesn't get to throw that grenade. But if he's already got it in the air as time expires, that grenade should be allowed to hit. Not that it was going to make a difference for me on that attack anyway. I had to come back a second time to get him. Fine. But it's just the point of the thing. If the shot's already up, it counts. Just like any other sport. Yes, I did just call Boom Beach a sport. Sports, games, it's kind of a fine line between them anyway. So we're going to start down here, probably clean up just those 2 lasers, get up a little bit more GBE. And back here. Should get the overthrow damage on that guy, so we're going to start working on these guys. By the way, on my low level account, it took so much GBE to bar out those mortars. This is, well, low level, mid level. It's a 44. HQ 18, I want to say. Took so much GBE. That was my plan. Like I said, I didn't have a plan for the machine guns. I was just going to cross my fingers and hope for the best. That didn't end up working out. But I did have a plan for the mortars, which was to BART them out. Sorry. Watching, thinking, booming, you know. Gonna BART those guys out, and it took so much GBE. I thought it would take, you know, I did a whole GBE attack, and I thought I would have them at least close to being done. No, they were about halfway damaged. I think they started at close to 50, and I had them down to 20-ish. So, yeah, that kind of stunk. Let's get that out of here. Boom. Those up there. Alright, those boom cannons should be just about down. Those should be just about down. And now we are not going to waste time on the HQ just yet. We want to get back here towards the shields a little more. And Bullet is presently joining us. We're just going to keep that shock back there. Don't want to venture too far over to the left side there because of the doom cannons, which apparently are ranging Bullet. Yeah. And Bullet is just consuming drinks here like a drug, actually. Just chewing them up. Do we... No, we're going to do one more of those. Hopefully... Nope, never mind. R.I.P. Bullet. Trying to get that last shield BARTed out, and the boom cannons over there are making my life miserable. Try a flare. This is going to put probably more of my Grens into range. Those mortars are not going to make my life fun either, but the payoff should be getting that shield gen down. And we'll have an easy finish from here. Yeah, those mortars are just one-shotting everything. Awesome. Okay. Well, all of that is cleaned up. What did we lose on the last attack? It was, what, 4? So 1 boat of Grens and 1 medic. A little costlier here, trying to deal with the boom cannons at the back. Probably won't get this, but it'll be a very, very easy Zuka finish. 1 boat, flash kill. Couple of shocks. And meanwhile, these guys will do a bit more damage. Just for giggles. Let's throw one of these guys out there. Virtually useless, by the way. They clear mines, but they only clear mines. Put a little damage on there. Alright, we'll take it. They only clear mines after they start moving. So you can throw them directly onto a mine, but as long as they are frozen, they stay paused for a couple seconds. As long as they're frozen, those mines, 7 and 8 there, so 11 and 9 total. Not too bad. Why am I reinforcing? As long as they stay static, nothing happens. But as soon as they start moving, they will pop whatever mines they happen to be standing on. So this is fun. I have never... We are going to have to shock back here. Don't have to worry about those. By the way, FYI, if you do go the other direction, if you do happen to have Everspark, if you don't deal with all the lasers here to the right-hand side, don't bring Everspark with you near the core, because she will trip the lasers. These 3 lasers that remain over here, if you're approaching from the left-hand side, will range you. None of the others will actually range you, but they do range core. So if you're using Zukas and sitting back there, they can't range you, but if you have Everspark, the critters will activate the lasers all over in, you know, this area. And they will make your life miserable. So, we're just going to do what's left on this. 102. So, easy peasy. And don't even need the full 8 boats. We'll probably do 6 should be fine, actually. Now what we're going to do here is, just to make sure we're staying well out of range of the lasers, we're going to throw past get brick in there a bit late, and what we'll do is change direction later on to get in close to the core. As we get close to the HQ, and that'll be pretty easy to smoke. Didn't need the 2 smokes there, don't have 8 boats. Don't know why I did that, doesn't really matter. We're not going to pop out the back there, are we? I sure hope not, because those lasers are going to be a problem otherwise. Boom. Doing my op hip with one of the smaller accounts last night, and I had my smokes were a tiny bit off center in my parking spot, and I had one girl, exactly one girl, pop out of smoke. And it didn't ruin the attack, but boy, it did make things very, very interesting. Well, so there you have it. 3 hits, total cost, what was it, like 8 and 9 or something like that, or 11 and 9. Troops, Grens and medics, a Grenadier War Factory. I don't know that we certainly don't get a lot of those, so there you go. If you prefer to use Grens, if you're one of those guys, hey, there it is. Go to town, have fun. Anyway, I'm Yalek. I have been doing pretty well this week getting the content out despite the moving, so, you know, yay me. And now, after this brief interlude, got to get back to moving. So, take care, have a great day. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.